So Neeraj, you went to your AFSB on 22nd of November to Mysore, right?
Yeah. 22nd
And
was the AFSB date.
okay, so tell me from the starting, from the day one. The screening, how was the picture? How was the OIR? How did you find it? Was there any kind of fish market? Just let us know.
Okay. 22nd was the date of second AFSB Mysore. 6:30 was the reporting time, so everyone had reported at the front gate. First task is to check all the documents and listen the instructions clearly told by the officers present over there. So they'll be checking all the certificates and the documents that they are told to bring. So first major instruction is to carry all the documents that have been in the mail. Then the immediate next task is to get into the screening process. That is the OIR. They'll be dividing two batches. One is the freshers and one is the repeaters. So we were in the freshers batch. And so the freshers, the psychologists will be coming and clearly giving instructions regarding the OIR and OIR at first. Firstly, we will be practicing two sets there itself with the help of the psychologist. So very simple questions, whatever the questions were there in the 20 sets, same questions. Sometimes we can even find the same questions, same pattern, same numbers. So there was of no difficulty at all. And sometimes the questions that were practiced 2 minutes before with the psychologist will have even come in the exam. So next we will be having the exam, two sets of OIR. It both verbal and non-verbal will be included in the same thing. So there will be enough time to, I think, 25 minutes of time, 50 questions. Time will be enough to complete all the questions, no negative marking.
So like if we practice the entire sets of like the PDF from the SSB Crack website, I think that will be sufficient. Like, no more than that is required.
That will be more than enough. If we regularly practice two sets every day in the proper given time, that will be enough.
Yeah, okay. Now coming to the picture.
Yeah. So next to the PPDT, the psychologist will be clearly giving instructions, and first 30 seconds they'll be displaying a picture. There was a picture in which there was a complete white background. There was a girl aged, most of them, majority of them perceived around 18 to 23, a young girl sitting, we can say on a field or on a normal surface, and she's holding something in her right hand that was looking like a agriculture equipment or a toy or anything which was not clear at all. And she was sitting in the background. There was no particular background. So it was completely white. So it was so it depended on everyone's perception, and there was no background at all. Just everything was so white. And first 30 seconds, I haven't got any idea about what to write. I practiced so much and I was completely blank. I wasted around 1 minute of the story writing as well. Just thinking what to write. Then I had a preconceived story of some agriculture thing. Then quickly I wrote all the actions, everything clearly. Then I felt satisfied with my story. And when in the group discussion, when I got to know that most of the people were common with my story, it was great. And coming to group discussion, since it was freshers, first and foremost important thing is to give the narration properly. So once only 1 minute will be given. If they understood your story, before 1 minute also they can say cut it down and move to the next person. But they will extend if the story is good. They will extend if the story is good. Yeah, and narration should be very clear. They say you can shift to Hindi if possible, and they won't entertain any kind of stoppings or fumbling in between. Too much fumbling. So immediately after narration, the discussion will start. Since it was freshers, there was not that much of fish market, and but initiating is very important. So successfully, I have initiated, and I have just told the basic concept, basic background, and since I have found some of the people common, I have read out the chess numbers, and then soon we came on a good story. Yeah, we came on a good story, and finally we came on a collectively similar story, and one of the group mate was nominated. and had given the common story. So the group discussion was very simple and easygoing, as I've practiced a lot of times.
So at this moment, do you feel that the practice that you were doing here, it helped you?
Yeah, of course, it has greatly helped because most of the people around my group had consisted 14 people. I found 11 to 12 people were already prepared for the group discussion. They were just ready to jump into the discussion. So if this practice sessions were really helpful because they created a pseudo environment where I can find people like this and start initiating. So without this, I couldn't have like initiated the conversation in the real SSB.
Yes, correct. Because in SSB, everything, each and every task we have to perform in group.
Yes.
We cannot prepare it like individually. We cannot prepare. We need a group, and that's why I think you have been practicing from October or November, I guess. From October or I think.
No, not October, no. September, I think. September
Okay,
or
from
August.
and I remember you were very consistent, be it with your lectures, be it in the sessions. So
Yeah,
that's why it went very smoothly in the first phase. Now let's
yeah,
talk about the
screening.
next phase.
Yeah. So immediately after that, there was lunch, and then they had given the results, and there were around 200, 190 students, including all no 200 some 250 students, including freshers as well as repeaters. Around 57 got screened in of all those people. In that 65% were freshers and the rest were repeaters. And after that, they have told us to go to the room and settle in. And exactly at 6 o'clock, our psychology test would start. And the psychologist would come and give instructions about the TAT, what, and the SD before itself. And then the TAT would start. And in the TAT, the pictures were not at all difficult because most of the pictures that we have practiced in the sessions have already come. And if we have a proper idea about what to write and include actions, and we have a quick writing speed, we can do it. And yeah, I found two of the pictures that were similar that I practiced, so that was not a problem. So next it was what again was the same thing. Almost every word was what we have practiced, but here the point is the quality of the what and the number of words that we are attempting. I have successfully attempted every what. There was yeah, in middle we will be having uh, after every 20 seconds she has given us a gap of 20 questions, 20 words. She has given us a gap of 15 seconds to turn the page. So in the if we write those 20 perfectly, or if we miss one or two, in that 15 seconds we can use it to complete the other words. So making note of every word is important. And yeah, the what can be done with good practice, we can complete all. And next was SRT. SRTs again the same, then most of the SRTs were repeated. Like you can see same action, same SRTs are repeated 4 to 5 times. So here we have to improve our speed and write a good response. There was no problem here. And coming to SD, there were only 10 to 15 minutes. Since I have practiced, I have completed. But at the last point, I was not able to mention one point. But then the whole psychology test was very smooth because I've already practiced it. But it is not that difficult. To around 2 hours, if you 1.5 or 2 hours, most of the people feel so much stress. But if you're already prepared, it can be easily gone quickly. And I suggest them to take a water bottle because we have time in between. And the psychologist was not that strict at all. Like she would walk around, and we can easily write some of the words. SRT, the whole paper will be with us, so we can make any changes. So it was very smooth, the psychologist. And then we were sent back, and that was the end of day one.
Uh, on that particular day, like after you got screened in, I think first task was to fill your PIQ, and then the psych was done, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot that. Yeah, around after
It's
lunch,
okay.
the PIQs. Yeah.
How many forms you filled? One or two forms for PIQ?
Yeah, two PIQs were filled.
Okay. Okay. And after the entire day, I think you were all were allotted rooms, chess numbers, new chess numbers, and then the day
new
ended.
chess numbers.
Okay. And the next day, what were the tasks?
Next day. So our group was first group. There were a total of 5 groups. So since our group was the first one, we had our GT on the first day. So the first around 7:30, they had taken us to the GTO. So he had came in and gave the instructions. The first task was group discussion. The first topic he will be giving 2 options. We can choose from one. One topic was about Aadhaar card, why Aadhaar card is necessary, or uh, making Aadhaar card is like the most priority one. He has given some leads, and based on that, we can give explanation. And mostly it was about Aadhaar card and its importance. And next was about election, why election was important. He has given some leads like security, transparency. So our group had selected the second one, the elections one. So there was given 20 minutes of time. And here we had done a small mistake. Like since we were freshers, we didn't like discuss regarding the group discussion. There was a little bit of fish market because all of our group people had good communication skills. Anyone could speak properly. So here there was a kind of fish market. But I tried to speak around 4 to 5 times. I gave a good point, but more it was like a fish market. And the second group discussion was about he'll be giving a topic. It was I don't know. It was regarding the it was regarding the United Nations. So the topic here was United Nations is the only governing body in the world. But we are seeing that there are many small organizations like SAR, Quad, BIMSTEC, and these are coming. So what is your opinion on these small organizations? What are the advantages? And is the UN better, or the small organizations have helped the people? So that was the topic given, UN and the other organizations, and everyone spoke on that. Again, it was a little bit of fish market because everyone were trying to speak. And immediately after that, there was GPE. The GT was instructed about the map. The map was there, and yeah, the map was a little bit difficult because there was water, ship. First time I've seen a ship in a GPE exercise. But if you think twice and read the question properly, we can come up with a good solution. And in the GP, the giving the answer was the most important. So the GP he had given us a map. The map included a beach and water, so it was a little bit difficult. And then he will be informing everyone to write their individual solution in a piece of paper. Pen and everything will be provided. And we have to write a solution. They'll be giving 10 minutes, looking at the map. There will be no question, just looking at the map, give a good solution. And next, there will be time for discussion. In the discussion, again, there was a little bit of fish market, but then we came to a solution. And after that, we were taken to the outdoors, the group activities. The first activities that we perform, the first activity that we performed was the PGT, the progressive group task, the bigger one. So here the most important thing is listening the instructions, and whatever the GT says, whatever the GTO says, he'll be saying small things. Like sometimes he'll be giving the solution itself. But since we were freshers and we were busy solving the problem, we forget to hear him. And if you're not able to hear him, listen to him twice or thrice, he'll be scolding, and again it will become a bad thing. So here we have done a small bad thing regarding the group. And in the GTO, I was very active and trying to help everyone. Since I was in good shape, I was able to cross and help everyone. That was a good one. We were able to complete. We were able to complete 3 to 4. Just the GTO only wanted the solution. If we had a good solution, he would just tell everyone to just walk directly, and one of them would be there. So if the group come up with a good solution, it was done. And after that, we had a half group task. Since our group was 9 members, he has divided the group into two, 4 and 5, 4 people and 5 people. In the half group task, same, they will be given one task, and the one group had to finish that. This was done very properly and good because only 5 less people were there. There was good coordination. Here also, he only checked the solution. So these two are done. And then we had a lecturette. Yeah, here lecturette topics were, I had prepared around 50 to 60 lecturette topics, but sadly I haven't found any topic what I prepared in my list of questions that were given to me. But since if we are regularly checking current affairs and reading something, we can still come up with a good topic. Some of the topics that there were in the GTO were yoga, uh, FM crops, hybrid crops, um, and elections, uh, Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency, social media, uh, and that fiscal deficit of India. And so they were a little bit easy and difficult. We had a preconceived idea about there will be 3 to 4 topics, high, medium, low, and that level. But there was nothing like that. I got a paper where all of the topics were difficult. First I did, there was yoga, vaccine, FM crops, and physical deficit of India. So I found 4 of the topics I was not prepared with. Then I thought about telling about vaccines since it was related to COVID. Then again, I wasted 1 minute. But then I decided to tell about yoga. Then they'll be giving 3 minutes. In after two and a half, 30 seconds, he'll be giving a bell. We have to wrap it up. But since I had good knowledge and good communication skills, I was able to complete the lecture properly. I gave everything about yoga. And when I asked my group members, they said it was okay. And that's it was the task on that day. Then we were sent to the room, and yes, the whole day, the half day was rest, and you can continue to the next day. So the next day,
the next day, like on the second day, you had GD, GP, PGT, and HET, and then lecturette.
Yes.
Okay. And the third day?
Yes, the third day, the other 1/4 of the GTO was remaining. First, we had the command task. We'll be calling single people, selecting and the command task. We were given one task, and if I was to give the solution, and 2 of the helpers would be there, and that I performed nicely. And next there was individual obstacles.
How many members you called for subordinates? How many people you called?
Yeah, I called 2 of them.
And why did you call them? Was there any particular reason why you chose them? Okay.
Yes. So yes. So the main criteria here is, first of all, we need to give a good look at the task in front of us, and he'll be giving us at least 10 seconds to decide the people, and look at the equipment. If mostly we select people who are lightweight first, and next we select people who are at least strong and little bit tall, so they'll have bigger wingspan reach, and they were able to hold the bully and balance on that plank. So here we can check the strength and lightweight. That can be the 2 criteria.
Okay, so did the GTO had any kind of informal interview with you before the command task or before the GD?
Yes, before the command task, he had like short 35 to 40 seconds for short interview, just introductions and what degree you have done, which college, and the place where you belong, and some extracurricular activities that you've taken, and that's it. Mostly that's it. It has changed for different people, but mostly introduction. That's it.
Okay, and before GD?
Before GD, there was nothing like that. Before GD, I just given the topic and randomly speak on the topic.
Okay. Let's continue.
Yeah. So the third day, we had to finish the rest of that one. We started with the command task. After that, we did our individual obstacles. He had given a brief explanation of all the individual obstacles. There were 10. I was able to complete 8 out of that. The rope climb and the rope climb and the balancing one, I didn't do that since we had 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Rope climbing and the balancing beam you didn't do.
Yeah, balancing beam I didn't do.
Did you try, or you directly avoided?
The time was up. The time was up. I managed. Yeah. I skipped the beam one in the middle. There were like marks, like there'll be marks right at the every obstacle.
Correct.
So yeah, so I did the monkey instead of that balancing one, since there was only 2 minutes 30 seconds. So I was able to complete 8. And rope climbing also, I just avoided and tried to did the other one, since I know I couldn't have done it. So instead of wasting time, we could get how many marks as possible. So that was it. And individual obstacles, most of them haven't completed 6 or 7 also. So if you complete above 7, that will be enough. And the next one is a final group task. So there will be a normal big task. It will be a little tricky one. The whole group will be participating. And here I think it is just the GTO will be testing, like if anyone haven't taken part at all in the whole GTO, they'll be having an opportunity to give a good solution. It will be around 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. It'll be completing very quickly. It is just a formality. I don't think that is
correct.
of much criteria. So it'll be done, and that was the end of the GTO. And at around from 12:30, our interviews were starting, our group. At 1:30, around 1:45, 2 o'clock, I had my interview scheduled. Quickly, we had to eat the lunch and go to the interview waiting hall. There, for that, we had to take the face shield and the mask. The gloves was not necessary, but face shield was compulsory. Mask was also there, and we had to carry a file in which we had to take all our certificates from 10th, 12, and the BTech, the degree, and we had to carry the achievements of the extracurricular.
I think the file is collected on the very first day after you get screened in, correct?
No. Here they haven't collected any file. They have just they will never collect the file. So just before 2 minutes of the interview, just before 2 minutes, we'll be waiting outside. Some lady will come and take the file, give it to the interview. He'll be reading, and he'll call us after 5 minutes. Again,
I think this thing varies from board to board. In AFSB Dehradun, after screening, they usually take these files. They ask us to collect, arrange all the certificates in order, and they used to collect it. And on the last day, on the interview day, only we get back our files back. So maybe this thing varies from board to board.
It varies. Okay. Yeah, it varies.
Okay, then how was your interview? Can you recall some questions?
Yes. The interview first, the main point here was he'll be making us very comfortable. So there was no nervousness. I was very confident. I started off properly. And mainly he'll be targeting at all of our weak points. He will never ask a question where you're good at. Like, I have published a paper, and he tell something about it. When I started telling, he immediately stopped and started asking some like completely waste question. Like even he doesn't know the answer of that question, and he's trying to play with me. He was just trying to play with me. Even I also don't know answer. He also don't know answer. So these things were happening, and the main disadvantage what I had is I don't have any defense background, no NCC. I wrote NDA, but I was not I had no clarity during that time. So he was only stressing on that. He was regularly telling, he was completely forcing on that. He was telling, why didn't you drop a year and prepare for NDA? He was only he was saying, why didn't you join NCC? So that was in my area, there was no NCC. I never even had an idea of NCC. So he was still forcing on that. He would never leave I couldn't answer it. He would never leave. He would just keep on stressing on the same point.
Maybe he was checking your patience.
Yeah, here he'll be checking patience, and he'll be checking our response. What kind of response we will give here. And basically he will be starting from the CIQs, what CIQs you have given. So and in the middle he'll be putting these kind of questions. And another drawback what I in my was the main competitive exams that he will be asking. Since I was from science stream, I had given many competitive exams, and here there was a problem. I haven't qualified many of these competitive exams. Again, he's asking, why haven't you qualified? Why haven't you qualified? That is so much easy. that is so much easy exam. Then he was telling in BTech how you got this 80%. How this is you are fooling me or something. He was how you published paper and then you haven't qualified JEE mains. Again, recently in this graduate level GATE exam also I haven't qualified. Then again he is telling why haven't you qualified GATE? Why you didn't qualify GATE? And he was mainly stressing on his competitive exam since I was from science field. Then I had a good answer. Like I told, I was not that much interested in science, but since there was family pressure, I have taken it. I've given my best, and I had gone with the flow of life. And whatever I have gone, I have tried to maintain consistency in my BTech. It was difficult, but I worked hard and got a good percentage in BTech and published a paper. But he was not satisfied. I know he was not satisfied. He was stressing on the GATE exam as well. So here, I think he didn't understand me properly. He thought he has his own perception. So this was one of the drawbacks. And most of the questions will be personality. Like he'll be again asking about your family and friends. And here he'll be asking you some situations like how will you help your family or how will you help your friends, and tell me some instances where you fight with your friends. So here you have to be ready. Here you have to be ready with good situations. I think I fell in trap and I gave a situation that was completely unnecessary with friends. And he started. We had a talk around 25 to 30 minutes regarding that situation itself. He got to know everything about. So that was problem here. It was not about being frank, but he will be just waiting for an opportunity for the candidate to just slip. So
get
here
into trap.
we have to, yeah. So yeah, but he will be smiling and doing very good expressions. Like we will think he is not an interviewer; he is just some friend talking with us. So there we have to be careful and
did he
give
ask
good response.
a girlfriend question like?
No. I have mentioned. Yeah, he hasn't asked at all. He was asking regarding the situation only.
Any more regarding current affairs, what kind of questions you faced?
Yeah, in one of the CIQ he asked hobbies and what you surf on internet. In that only he asked, he particularly he didn't ask anything. I only told I read newspaper and this YouTube I check some general knowledge, and in that he asked me a question like what are the current affairs that you know. So I told about the Afghanistan and the South China Sea. In that since I had good knowledge, I was telling the answer, he will stop me. He was stopping and again go into my BTech or something. If we know something, he will stop. Even in South China Sea, by mistake I told India is affecting from it. India was affecting, but India was affecting in an indirect way.
Yes.
He'll be stressing on that. So like that pressurized, he was just putting under pressure. So that was the main thing.
So what do you think? Means overall, what do you think? Where did you lag? Where you should have improved upon? And in the next time, how will work on it?
Okay. So the main thing here was he asked me a question regarding the why do you want to join only Air Force and not the other? He asked me why haven't you given INET? I don't even know what is INET. And other tech entries that also I don't know. So he was telling you don't know anything about forces. You only want to join Air Force. What is the reason? Here I was completely blank because I was not ready with the answer. I told an answer like I was interested in aeronautical since I was from mechanical and did some project, but he was not satisfied with that answer. He told Army and Navy are also having these aeroplanes and fighters. There also you can join. So I have to get a solution for that question. Why I only wanted to join Air Force. And other one is since I don't have any defense background, mainly he will again ask about NDA and NCC. I should be ready with that question, that answer. And again, family members and all, family, friends and all, it depends on what response we give. I think here we have to control ourselves sometimes. So I'll be little careful when telling about friends. And mostly he won't ask anything about Air Force. He was asking what room you're in. The room name was Apache. It was so he'll ask what is that
Yes.
Apache. So we can tell that is he's just checking small knowledge. I think if you go as a if you go as a repeater, he'll be asking questions regarding Air Force but that
Yes.
also very basic. So he'll be
So
only checking personality. Yeah.
yeah, okay. And how was your conference? What questions were asked on your conference day?
Conference, it was less than 7 to 8 seconds. Everyone was just going in, coming out, going in, coming out. I think no one for more than 15 seconds. I went in just before entering itself. The president of the board told, "Hi Neeraj, come in." I sat and immediately asked, "What are the sports that you play?" I told at what level you play. I told, and he asked, How was your stay? Any feedback?" I told no, it was good. That's it. Over.
Okay.
Everyone had the same thing.
Okay.
Everyone did the same thing.
And how many like people got recommended from the batch?
Yeah, out of 57, 5 people got recommended. Yeah,
From
in
your
that,
group, anyone got recommended?
no, in our group, no one got recommended. There was this one guy, chess number one. He was so much like he had to get in. Even all 57 members were confident more on chess number one than themselves. We were telling
Okay.
like, we were telling like, अगर ये रिकमेंड नहीं हुआ तो डिफेंस के ऊपर वो भरोसा ही नहीं रहेगा. Like how can he next attempt देना ही बेकार है because he had every quality. All 57 people know that guy. He was from
Okay.
defense background. He had a flying pilot license. He had a
Oh,
shooting
okay.
license. So much thing. Still, I don't know why. He was very confident. So
He got
and the
conference
other,
out.
yeah, same. He was from our batch. He didn't get recommended.
Okay.
And the other people, they were deserving. Most of them from NCC or one of the father was being commander or a group captain. But there was one civilian. One of the guy, he was one of my friend, and he was screened out 4 times. He was screened
Oh.
out 4 times. One time he was not recommended because he didn't write psychology test due to some vomiting that time. And this time he finally
Oh.
got recommended.
Okay.
Yeah, he was from Mysore, and he told he gave most of his interviews and GT in his own language also. But he had good qualities. I think that's why they have recommended him.
In his language
Overall, it
means
was good.
what language he used?
In Kannada.
Okay.
Since it was Mysore.
Okay. What if the other people don't understand it?
No, he gave the. I think the interviewer knew Kannada or the GT knew Kannada. So
Okay. Maybe he
that
knows
person was
that.
very famous.
Okay. Okay.
That person was very famous in the SSB. Everyone knew him. The people who were working there. He came many times, around 6 to 7 times to the same board. He stayed in the same area, around five
Okay.
kilometers. So everyone knew him. So he
Okay.
gave some responses. So that's
Okay.
how.
Okay. So your entire batch, that means the group got washed out. No one
Yeah.
got recommended.
Yes.
Same happened with
No one.
Venkat's group. No one got recommended from his group.
Yeah.
So total of how
In
many
ours,
reported on that day?
around 200 or 210, I
Okay,
think.
out of 200, only 57 got screened in.
Yes. So many, yeah,
Okay.
57.
Okay, okay.
And in that recommended, 2 people were freshers and 3 were repeaters.
Okay. So it's okay, keep trying. Then don't lose hope. Just keep trying and also focus on other exams also, not only effort because this thing I won't disappoint anyone. But the main thing is you have to keep preparing for other exams. Maybe the IO might have asked you about the backup plans, isn't it? Did he ask you about the backup plans?
Since
Regarding
you
the
had two
backup plans, did
placements
he
from your
ask
college.
anything?
Yeah, he asked. So since you had 2 placements from your college, why have you not accepted that? Now, since you don't have placement, what is your backup plan? So I told any IT job I can get in 15 to 20 days, and I have a good resume. I think I'll get a good core job. and I'll be trying for defense, I told. But I didn't mention about any exam like CDS or CAPF because I know, because those are very difficult exams. I know I won't crack it. I know.
Did you tell them
I
the
know.
same answer that about CDS and CAPF?
If you ask next time, no. I told I don't even know what is INET and some SS the tech entries.
I
Then
think you
he
will
was
get direct
laughing.
entries in some tech exams. Like the tech
Yeah,
entries,
direct.
they get direct SSB calls. So you
Yeah,
will probably
direct
might have
entries. Yeah.
like in Navy, if you are interested to join Navy, then you will probably get your SSB call later.
Yeah.
So
yeah, in my next one, I have to be prepared for that answer.
yes, also you have age limit. Also, you can try for CDS, CAPF. Like you can try. You can give it a try. You just have to clear the CDS. Just the paper. If you like prepare for 6 months, then it will be easy for you, and you have time also for that. And if you prepare for CDS, the CAPF syllabus is completely same because you have prepared for FCAT. So maths and everything is same for CAPF. So you can give it a try. Okay,
yeah. First, my target is to get some job so that I can simultaneously prepare
yes,
for something.
that is important thing. Get a job because that is having more advantage. Correct.
Yeah, so I can tell like I'm doing job, so I don't want to prepare for CDS those since they take so much time. I found
Yes.
AFCAT easy, so that's why.
Yes, you
Again, he
can
will
hold
ask
that.
me, but because again he will ask me why are you not doing job? Since I should have an answer here also.
Yes, you should first get a job and then keep
That's what
preparing and keep
Yeah.
giving exams. Neeraj, this meeting might end and I'm closing
Okay.
it, okay? And thanks for sharing your experience.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
all the best.